The purpose of this video is how to set up the Proroute H685 3G router. One of the many applications of the ACT365 ACU is the ability to install access control in remote locations. Many of these locations do not have internet access. However, by using the Proroute 3G router, we can avail of mobile 3G networks for internet access to allow our ACU to connect to the ACT365 cloud service. You will also need to request the APN settings from the network provider you choose. These are different for all network providers. APN, or Access Point Name, is the name for the settings your 3G router reads to set up a connection to the gateway between your network and public internet. We are now ready to set up our 3G router, so we need to remove the unit from the box. We need to attach the antennas as shown in the manual. We need to insert the SIM card. So the SIM card it requires is a standard size SIM card, not a micro SIM. We then need to apply power to the unit. It's important that we follow the sequence. If we put in power first and then insert the SIM card, this could damage the unit. We then need to allow the unit to boot up and initialize. We then plug a patch lead from the laptop into the LAN connection on our Proroute 3G unit. The 3G unit will automatically assign your laptop with an IP, so no need to set it up in the same range. So to ensure we're communicating successfully with the unit, we need to ping it. So we need to open the command prompt and we're going to try and ping it. So ping 192.168.8.1. And we're now successfully getting a reply. We then are in a position to type in its IP into the address bar of our web browser, and this will bring up the web interface on the 3G router. So what we want to look at here is the cell status. It currently says down. We want to see that saying up to know it's communicating effectively with the 3G network. So we now need to put in our APN settings provided by our network provider. So if we select network settings and select WAN, and then we want to select advanced parameters group, and we're going to type in the APN, the user, and password. So in this demonstration I am using Tree Mobile. So the APN is internet, the user is blank, and the password too is blank. Now, as I've mentioned, these settings are different for all different network providers, so be sure to check whomever you purchased the card off the APN settings. So upon doing so, I need to select Add Edit. Now that we have the 3G unit set up, I just want to go through the LED indication on the front of it with you. So the system LED down the bottom, this should be blinking to tell us that the system is set up normally. The next one we want to look at is LAN at the top. This tells us that the data transmission is happening on the Ethernet port, so it should be blinking. VPN in this case is not important. Cell is important. This tells us that it's communicating with the 3G network. Wi-Fi we don't care about. WAN not important. The last one is signal. Obviously, if that light is off, it means we have no signal. If we're getting many blinks, it tells us that the signal bar is at 5, so it has plenty of reception. Now if we go back to the status page, we can see that our cell status says up. We're now in a position to connect our ACT365 unit to our Proroute unit. So we need to take a patch lead and connect it into the port that says LAN on the 3G unit. I have my ACU configured for DHCP, so it means once I've connected it into the LAN connection on my 3G router, it should automatically assign it an IP address. The comms light on the ACU should stop blinking once it communicates with the cloud service via the 3G router. That is how simple it is to connect up an ACU through a 3G router on a remote site.